BEGC-101 Indian Classical Literature Course Introduction. This is a course that will remind us of the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, and lying on a grandmother's lap while listening to tales of old. It brings to us old memories of love between a king and a commoner, the mystery of the missing signet ring, a son disowned because of a memory lapse as a result of a curse, of court intrigues and the disrobing of a woman of gentle birth till a grand battle between cousins is waged, and of the love between a young Brahmin and a courtesan who is also pursued by a wild courtier. And last, but not the least, one of the 5 great epics of Tamil literature, Sillapathikaram, which is again a story of the love between a married man and a courtesan and her abandonment by him and his eventual death. So, we have 3 texts in Sanskrit and 1 in Tamil. 2 are epics, the Mahabharatam and Sillapathikaram, which is a Tamil text, while Abhijnana, Shakuntala and Mricha Katika are Sanskrit dramas. So, we hope you are ready to embark on a magical, mystical journey through the ages. Block Introduction. Block 1 of this course on classical Indian literature will begin with Kalidasa's best-known Sanskrit play, Abhijnana Shakuntala, which tells the tale of a young girl raised in a hermitage by a sage and who is actually the daughter of an extremely learned sage Vishwamitra and a celestial dancer Menaka. King Dushanta is hunting in the forest near the hermitage where Shakuntala lives with the hermit Kanva, raised as his daughter after being abandoned by Vishwamitra and Menaka for various reasons. He comes to the hermitage unadorned as a commoner and falls in love with Shakuntala. Shakuntala and the king get married in the hermitage and she is with child. He has to leave for his kingdom, but he gives Shakuntala his signet ring as a token of his love for her. However, as fate would have it, Shakuntala is lost in the thought of the king while Durvasa Rishi, a learned saint with an extreme temper, is calling out to Shakuntala. She obviously does not hear him, and irritated by her lack of response, he curses her, saying, "You who do not notice me, a hoard of merit standing at your doorstep, because you are lost in thoughts of one, to the exclusion of all else, you shall be lost in his thoughts. Though you goad his memory hard, he shall fail to remember you, even as a man drunk remembers not thereafter the tale he told before." When the girls at the hermitage plead with him, he modifies his curse and tells Shakuntala that the king will remember her when he sees the ring. Inevitably, en route to the palace, Shakuntala loses the ring. It falls off her finger and is swallowed by a fish, which is caught and later gutted by a fisherman who finds the ring and wears it, till he is spotted by a palace guard who recognizes the ring and brings the fisherman, whom he believes to be a thief, before the king. Meanwhile, when Shakuntala reaches the palace, the king has no recollection of her, but agrees to let her stay in the palace till the child is born. When the fisherman is brought before the king, Durvasa Rishi's curse is lifted and he remembers Shakuntala. There are other events at play, but this is the main storyline of the play. Eventually, King Dushanta, Shakuntala and their sons are reunited and they return to the palace. So let's now go through the units in this block for a better understanding of the play. The cultural ethos of a long ago time that may have existed in the world of myths and our collective imagination. Do read the translated text before you start reading the units, as this will give you a better grasp of the play. You are expected to read Kalidasa's Abhijnana Shakuntala, translated by Chandra Rajan, called Kalidasa, The Loom of Time.